in the program, we told your family that we were going to provide a cost per guest for them, and this is in case somebody says, you know, I really want to invite these 3 extra people, 5 extra people, this family, whatever it is, and they have promised that if they can invite these people that they're going to pay the additional fee that wasn't calculated in the budget. And we talked about before how a lot of people think if your dinner is $30, $40, $50 per plate, that they're calculating that that's all they're going to need to contribute per person for these additional guests. But if you remember, I did warn them that we are going to provide them with an accurate cost of what each guest will be. This is going to include extra seating. So if you've rented chairs, if you have chair covers, if you have chargers, if you've rented dishes for cake and for thank you cards or menu cards and party favors and all the service fees that are included in this. And one example is a lot of venues will charge to cut the cake per person. So we're going to calculate all of these costs together. You do have a sheet that you are going to follow, all of the things that you are going to be providing, but you need to remember on this sheet to calculate the total cost. You do have to include service fees, tax, tips, any other gratuities that may be included, and it will also, you'll need to include setup charges, delivery charges, because some companies, the more you deliver, they may need to upgrade their truck or delivery fees or how many people will be unloading. And so you have to include all of the total costs, not just if the cake is $6 per person. It's not just $6 per person. You have to remember there's delivery fees, setup fees, and the cake cutting costs. So I'm trying to give you examples of all the things that you might want to include. So on your form, you're going to include all of those costs, and then you're going to divide that number by the total amount of guests that will be coming with the added guests, and that is the figure that you have that you can give to them for the total amount of the cost per guest. And then you might want to remind them, you can just distribute it to your family even if they haven't asked, but you can say, you know, earlier we promised that we were going to provide you this information. Here's the worksheet of how much it's going to cost. So if you do want extra guests that we didn't include in the original guest count, this is the cost per guest that it will be.